Into the Radius is an amazing game, and I wanted to make it even better. But I can't talk about how or why without talking about Stalker. Stalker is the most unique shooter I've ever played, and one of the only games to date that I can accidentally spend 12 hours playing, multiple days in a row. I feel like you just threw a car at me. You are in Ukraine after the second Chernobyl explosion, leaving mutants,
That's cheating!
radioactive anomalies, and magical artifacts worth a lot of money. There was so much money that the Chernobyl zone is populated by everyone from honest moneymakers, scientists, the military, and even bandits. Into the Radius is often nicknamed Stalker VR. Just look up VR on YouTube if you don't believe me. Despite being named Stalker VR, it does a lot to distance itself from being just Stalker in VR. It does have the same Slavic setting with a lot of Soviet-era firearms. It has the same desolate locations, deadly anomalies, magical artifacts, weird creatures, and people trying to shoot you. But that's about where the similarities end, with Into the Radius taking its own approach to storytelling, environments, and gameplay loop. I love Stalker, and I have put in thousands of hours into the series, including mods like Stalker Anomaly. After my first Into the Radius playthrough, I felt it didn't have the same replayability that Stalker brings. So, around October, I started prodding into the idea of making a mod for Into the Radius themed around Stalker. Initially, I had never made a mod for Unreal Engine before, and came in with no prior knowledge, but thanks to the kind people in the Into the Radius Discord, like Saedriss, Extremerecker, and Kurorai, I not only made the mod, but greatly expanded on the original idea, enough that I can call it an overhaul more than a normal mod. Starting off on the changes, weapons. All of the weapon stats have been changed, including their upgrades. You can probably beat the game with every weapon except for the Russian Super Soaker. Ammo types have been redesigned with cheap and premium types of ammo that feel worth the price tag. You get what you pay for. The economy has also been overhauled. Attachments and equipment are much more affordable on average, while premium ammo and firearms are very expensive. Expensive guns aren't too big of a deal though, thanks to the new loot system. Every single item in the game can be found out Into the Radius, TM. Why buy a pump shotgun when you can just find one? Why buy an ammo container when you can just find one? Or two. The chances of this happening are 1 in 1,000. I did the math. To match the loot system, every enemy spawn has also been manually replaced and weighted so you aren't assaulted by 3 endgame enemies in the first 2 seconds. Every enemy can spawn everywhere. Every trip into the Radius, TM, can be a surprise. Maybe today will be easy, maybe it won't. This, as well as the loot system, pairs excellently with the Tide, which is an in-game storm that respawns and scrambles all the enemies and items every in-game day. Missions now have to be planned much more carefully to make sure you aren't going out with too little time, lose track of time, and...
Okay, just slow down. Oh no!
To show the complex interactions of all the systems in this mod and how it changes the game, let's take a look at an example that is simply impossible to happen in the vanilla unmodded game. I'm on the second story mission to collect a yellow film roll from the depot up ahead, and on the trip I get shot at by a sniper using an SVD. The AI somehow knows its effective range and gains the distance on me, putting me at a major disadvantage with my sawed-off shotgun and Russian Super Soaker, so I decide to retreat to the depot to get a better position and maybe something to help me on the way. And on the way, I shoot 2 Seekers. In the depot, I hear an enemy spawner and I approach it, and I not only find a submachine gun, but also a 40-round magazine for said submachine gun. The submachine gun also happens to take the exact same bullets that I already have, 9x18, so I load up the magazine at the same time the sniper's looking for me. I finally learned how to read Russian, so I set my gun to full auto and blow him apart. I'd like to emphasize how all the mechanics and randomization intersected to make this moment, and how you will likely never have this scenario happen in your own game. You could replay this scene 100 times, and have something different happen all 100 times. That's the feeling I managed to capture from Stalker. I also made my own difficulty selection to match all of the features. There's Reduced, Normal, and Nightmare. Normal is the intended experience, with Reduced being the intended experience dialed down to be a little easier, and Nightmare is the intended experience dialed up by a lot. This is different from Easy, Normal, and Hard since it still captures the feeling of what I want to express with my mod, no matter which difficulty you choose. And if these difficulty presets aren't for you, you can actually customize them in the custom difficulty menu, personally tweaking them to your heart's content. Every option on this list has been modified specifically, so you can't go wrong no matter what you pick. The mod also plays very well with the Iron Man setting, which causes you to drop all of your gear instead of giving you a chance to reload your save. The variety offered in the mod complements a roguelike feeling very well. There's a lot more I could cover, like how the normal helmet's been replaced with an Alton, or this thing.
Oh my god! Fucking what the hell?
Or how you can now put submachine guns and small sawed-off shotguns in your backpack. But I shouldn't spoil everything. The game is more spontaneous. It's scarier, it's exciting, and I really enjoy it. The reception of the mod has also been very positive as well. A huge thank you to Saedriss, Extremerecker, Kurorai, the other people who mod Into the Radius in their Discord, and even the people who made the software I use. Into the Radius currently doesn't have mod tools, so all of these changes were done forcefully. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll stick around for whatever I do in the future. With New Year's passed by, I want to try to distance myself from Chivalry 2, as it's currently dying quite fast, and I'm just not happy with it. Don't worry, I'm not done with Melee titles, but there just aren't any out right now that I'm super into. I stream almost every day over on my Twitch channel, and we just passed 16,000 subscribers, which is just freaking epic. Be sure to like my video, smash that subscribe button, leave a comment because it helps the algorithm. It doesn't matter what you type. If you can't think of a comment, then please type the words "show feet." Thank you.